Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this holy mess. Man, when I tell you sometimes what I think about, it just comes to pass. And I was thinking about Pastor Johngray the other day. Don't know why, he just popped up in my mind because with all of the stuff that had been coming out recently about Pastor T.D. Jakes, about how people are just wilding out in the churches on New Year's Eve, prophetess Juanita Bynum, and the games that these people play with the money and the churches and all this other stuff. Pastor Johngray has had a lot of scandals over the past several years, and a few of them have definitely come out by way of Tasha and her platform. And lo and behold, as I was thinking about, I got this notification on my phone because I am a subscriber to her app, and it said new video available. So I clicked in the app, and who is it about? Pastor Johngray. And it was audio of a woman who has said that she's known him since the 2000s, and she pretty much was basically talking about how, she met him on social media, and it's a similar story because if you've heard the other stories about Pastor Johngray, as you know, he's married to his wife, Aventergray, and how he would be having phone conversations with women, doing FaceTimes, sending pictures of his disgusting private area to these women and asking for pictures of them and sending them cash apps and complaining about his wife not cooking for the kids, and all she does is order pizza and all this other stuff. It was just like crazy, right? But anyway, this woman, the audio is about an hour, but you know what I really love about it, and I want to talk about this. I don't know when she's going to release it to YouTube or if she is even going to release it to YouTube. But before I get to that, I want to say that the woman, listen, he is clearly a creep. He's clearly unhappy. He clearly has had a lot of issues with fidelity and being this godly man. And he shouldn't even be preaching. So, like, when I saw it, my immediate comment, I think I was one of the first persons to comment, but I said, wow, I was just wondering what he's been up to since you exposed him before. And here we go, man. Here we go again. Man, just quit preaching. And a couple of people responded to it. Somebody was like, he definitely needs to quit. And another one was like, just get an OnlyFans, dang. Because it was just to sit and listen to the things that this man has done over the years. He has only been in this because of it being a career and the money. And I've spoken about this before when it comes to a lot of these big time mega church preachers. This is a business for them. It's a career. It's not a calling. Most of the time, the people that have the true calling from God are not really supported in that way. They're not really followed in that way. They're not really getting the contributions and the donations and the tithes and the offerings and living in mansions and living in gated communities, driving Rolls Royces and things like that. And I actually listened to this video. If I find it, I'll put a link to it in the description box. I believe the YouTube channel is RRG, and they do a lot of expose videos, but they did one on Johngray recently as well. And it was just giving a breakdown of all of the different things that he has garnered in his career, as well as the scandals that he has gone through. But I'll never forget when he bought his wife this, I think it was a Rolls Royce SUV, and people were blasting him for it because they're like, you're using the church's money to buy your wife a Rolls Royce SUV. And at the time, he had the reality show on the Oprah Winfrey Network called The Book of John. So he was saying that didn't come from the church. We have a reality show. I have my books that I'm selling. And it's always funny to me when they always talk about these books that they're selling. How many people are really buying their books like that? I'm just being honest. I want to really ask that question. How many people are really buying their books like that? But anyway, to get off of that, but just to basically say, yeah, this man has gone through a lot of scandal over the years when it comes to him and his relationship with his wife and him being unfaithful. And now another woman has come out. But it's really strange because in the audio, Tasha, she's having a conversation with this woman, and this woman says that she decided to come out and share this information because he told her that he no longer wants to be a preacher, and he was tired of being in the marriage and he wanted out, and he was going away to some camp or something like that because of his sexual addiction and his issues with that. And then she saw that he was up in the pulpit preaching again for New Year's Eve. So she said she shared that information with Larry Reed. And Tasha K said, okay, you're sharing information with a gossip blogger, Larry Reed, another man that has issues with sex and admitting that he has taken advantage of by the word of the person that says that he did these things to him, of a 17-year-old young guy. Now, she acted like she didn't know anything about that, but Larry Reed had exposed johngray some time before as well. So she said, I believe you knew who you were going to when you did that. And she said, I don't really know what you're expecting to get out of this, because you knew he had these issues, but also you knew that he was a married man. And she said, so I'm not going to sit and just allow you to just share this quote unquote tea with me and think that I'm not going to mention the fact that this man is a very married man, issues, flaws and all, but he's a very married man. And you knew that, and you continued to have these conversations with him, send him pictures of your body, you accepting pictures of his, listening to him complain about his wife and whatever, but you knew that he was a married man. So now, because he blocked you on social media, you want to try to expose him and get in touch with his wife. So what are you really trying to get out of this? And I have to say that that is something that I really was happy to hear, because she said, and I'm not just saying this because I'm also a married woman, but I'm just being honest with you. Like, what are you trying to expect to get out of this, and what accountability are you going to take for yourself and the actions that you chose to take? And you weren't even really getting anything out of it, because she was also saying how he wasn't sending her any money. And so she honestly sounds pretty stupid. I'm not saying that you are smart if you're getting paid and you're committing adultery with a married man or a married woman, but I'm just saying, yeah, it was like, what is the purpose of this? Because most people already see him as an extremely flawed person who should not be preaching, except for the ones who will continue to go to his church. Those are the foolish people that are just low-key idolizing this person, and they're not admitting it, because they will continue to go to this flawed person's church and allow him to get up there, preach and teach, and he needs to be sitting his behind down somewhere and getting help, but you're going to listen to him preach and give money to his church so that he can grow his business. Not his ministry, but his business. So yeah, I was happy to hear that. But yeah, johngray, he's being exposed again. And here we are, 2024. I don't think I heard much about him last year. Maybe it was a year before, or the year before that. But I don't think I heard anything about him last year. But listen, in this year of revelations, receipts, and reaping, I'm not surprised that more is coming out. But I don't know when she's going to release this audio to YouTube, or if she will release the audio, but I just wanted to talk about this briefly because, yeah, another woman has come out to say that she and johngray have been fooling around virtually, and he is unhappy. He does not want to be married. He's tired of being a preacher, but the show must go on because it's about the money. It's a business, and it's sad. It's disgusting, and I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. And what is it with these? I was about to say something about the looks, but I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to go there. Because it's the same no matter the industry, whether it's a rapper like Rick Ross or a preacher like johngray. Disgusting to look at, but because of the money and the status, because Tasha K even said that too. She said, look, you're doing this because who he is. You cannot tell me that if he was this regular Joe Blow, that you would have been continuing to have the emotional connection and illicit communications with this person if he was working at Jiffy Lube. You know what I mean? And it's the truth. It's the truth. And listen, the men know it too. So that's why I guess they call them tricks, because they know it too. Because you know that if you didn't have what you had and you weren't who you were status wise, these women would not be giving you the time of day. So I don't feel sorry for any of them. It's a mutual agreement as far as I'm concerned. You're fat, ugly, and rich. So you're able to buy the women, and the women are willing to be sold or have you buy into them to get them what they want. There's nothing about it that is love. This woman was trying to say she loves johngray, but she's not in love with johngray. And that's why she's sharing this information, because she cares about him and he doesn't need to be preaching anymore, because he said he doesn't want to be a preacher and he's tired of being married and he's living a lie and whatever. But girl, no, you want to blast him because you're angry that you didn't get what you want. He's definitely wrong, but she's wrong also. And I was really happy to hear Tasha K call that out. But yeah, he's being exposed again. We'll see if this comes out on to YouTube or the other social media platforms. It probably will, because I'm thinking she'd probably share a clip on her Instagram to promote it, to get people to come to the app to check it out. But yeah, we'll see what more comes of this. Will his wife divorce him? I'll be honest, I don't think she will. Because another thing that she said in this interview is that he told her that in this, whatever, I don't know, 13 years or whatever they've been married, they've only had sex 51 times in all of those years. And she has not had sex with him in 2 years. So it's like, it's cheaper for him to keep her, and for her, she loves the lifestyle that she's able to live. And so the show must go on. And that's disgusting. It's sad. These are supposed to be men and women of God, right? Remember when she went off about johngray and up in the pulpit and talking about the devil was trying to entice her husband?
And then I prayed for them and him, and then the devil loses. Because what's not going to happen is you tell me that I'm going to lose my purpose because somebody whispered to a 16-year-old John. The devil is a lie. I'm standing with my husband, and you can go on back to the pits of hell where you came from. Was I upset? Yes. Was I heartbroken? Yes. But you better learn how to get in there for the, what's the vows? Better and worse. Okay? So when the worst shows up, you don't run away. When the worst shows up, you pray. Now, I might have said a few words and told him to sleep on the couch and some other things. However, when the word is inside of you and you know what your position is, everything else is false. I know who I am. I am the rib that God took from him. I'm his rest in brokenness, rib rest in brokenness until he wakes up and understands who he is. You pray, wife, while the devils run away. Amen.
Okay, so I guess after all these years, he still hasn't gotten it right. And to see her standing there talking about this man is her purpose, and he's saying, I don't want to be a preacher. I don't want to be married. They're living a lie. They're not even consummating their marriage. And I mean, I can't say I blame her, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be married to this man either, but that's me. But listen, guys, yeah, he's being exposed again. And I just can't say that I am shocked, but I don't believe that she will divorce him. I don't. I believe that she is happy to stick in there and just live a lie for the sake of not just the public, but for the sake of living this lifestyle that she desires to live. So, yeah. Every day or every other day, it just seems like something else is coming out and being exposed. Again, I don't know what this woman's true motives and purposes were, but the motives and purposes were not for good, but we're here to hear what had to be said. And Tasha K definitely did let her know that I got to be real with you. And I was glad that she was. That's not saying that she was sitting there rooting for johngray and Aventer's marriage, because clearly it is broken. But just to let this woman know that you are, you're having to take responsibility at some point, because you were messing around with a man that you knew was married, and you continued. It wasn't like he approached you and then you blocked it and then you came out here to let people know, look, this is what he tried, and I said no. Not at all. So yeah, let's talk about it in the comment section. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.